Hello and God bless from Up Ministries. It's me, Dick Jr. again. I'm coming to you to read 2 Samuel chapter 11. Didn't take any references as usual from this. This is more about the history of King David. This is where King David meets Solomon's mother, because Solomon is King David's son. So I've already prayed and asked God to help me speak with you today. And I suggest that anytime you place yourself in God's Word, that you also ask Him for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and He'll give them to you. But not just in that, but in all things. You know, if you have some troubles or whatever, just ask God to help you. He will. Okay, that's what He does. So that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and start here in chapter 11, verse 1. It's pretty much going to be a straight read through. So then it happened in the spring, at the time when kings go out to battle, that David sent Joab his servant with him, all Israel, and they destroyed the sons of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David stayed at Jerusalem. Now when evening came, David arose from his bed and walked around on the roof of his house, and from the roof he saw a woman bathing. This wasn't just a roof, it's like a terrace, a patio. And the woman was very beautiful in appearance. So David sent and inquired about the woman, and one said, "Is this not Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" And David sent messengers and took her. And when she came to him, he lay with her. And when she had purified herself for her uncleanliness, she returned to her house. The woman conceived, and she sent and told David and said, "I am pregnant." Then David sent to Joab, saying, "Send me Uriah the Hittite." So Joab sent Uriah to David. When Uriah came to David, David asked concerning the welfare of Joab and the people in the state of war. Then David said to Uriah, "Go down to your house and wash your feet." And Uriah went out of the king's house, and a present from the king was sent out after him. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all his servants of his lord, and did not go down to his house. Now when they told David, saying Uriah did not go down to his house, David said to Uriah, "Have you not come from a journey? Why did you not go down to your house?" And Uriah said to David, "The ark and Israel and Judah are staying in temporary shelters, and my lord Joab and his servants and the servants of my lord are camping in the open field. Shall I then go to my house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? By your life and by the life of your soul, I will not do this thing." He didn't want to go live in luxury while everybody else was still out fighting. And there were other things that needed to be done. Then David said to Uriah, "Stay here today and tomorrow, and I will let you go." So Uriah remained in Jerusalem that day and the next. And now David called him, and he ate and drank before him, and he made him drunk. And in the evening he went out to lie on his bed with his lord's servants. But he did not go down to his house. David tried to get him drunk, thought he'd go home. Still didn't. Now in the morning David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah, with Uriah back to Joab. He had written in the letter, saying, "Place Uriah in the front line of the fiercest battle and withdraw from him so that he may be struck down and die." So it was, as Joab kept watch on the city, that he put Uriah at the place where he knew there were valiant men. The men of the city went out and fought against Joab, and some of the men among David's servants fell, and Uriah the Hittite also died. Then Joab sent and reported to David all the events of the war. He charged the messenger, saying, "When you have finished telling all the events of the war to the king, and if it happens that the king's wrath rises, and he says to you, 'Why did you go so near to the city to fight? Did you not know that they would shoot from the wall? Who struck down Abimelech, the son of Jerubbesheth? Did not a woman throw an upper millstone on him from the wall, so that he died at Thebez? Why did you go so near the wall then? You shall say, your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also." So the messenger departed and came and reported to David all that Joab had sent him to tell. The messenger said to David, "The men prevailed against us and came out against us in the field, but we pressed them as far as the entrance of the gate. Moreover, the archers shot at your servants from the wall, so some of the king's servants are dead, and your servant Uriah the Hittite is also dead. Then David said to the messenger, Thus you shall say to Joab, Do not let this thing displease you, for the sword devours one as well as another. Make your battle against the city stronger and overthrow it, and so encourage him. Now when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah her husband was dead, she mourned for her husband. When the time of mourning was over, David sent and brought her to his house, and she became his wife. Then she bore him a son. But the thing that David had done was evil in the sight of the Lord. But they still tell you about it. See what I mean? So that's an honest book. So that's 2 Samuel chapter 11. Thanks for listening. God bless.